All right, we have the parables of Jesus, the sower and the seeds. All right, sower and the seeds. Let's see. The parable of the sower and the seeds is one of the most famous and foundational parables told by Jesus, recorded in the Synoptic Gospels, Matthew 13:1 through 23, Mark 4:1 through 20, and Luke 8:4 through 15. The story: a farmer or sower goes out to scatter seed. As he casts the seed across his land, it falls upon four distinct types of ground, yielding entirely different results. 1. The path. Some seed falls on the hard, packed footpath running alongside the field. It remains on the surface where birds quickly spot it and eat it up. 2. The rocky ground. Some seed falls on shallow soil that covers an underlying shelf of rock. The seeds sprout quickly because the shallow dirt warms up fast in the sun, but when the plants grow, their roots hit the stone. Without deep moisture or root systems, the sun scorches them and they wither away. 3. The thorny ground. Some seed falls among thorns, briars, and weeds. As the crop grows, the thorns grow right alongside it and eventually choke out the cultivated plants, blocking out the light and nutrients so they produce no grain. 4. The good soil. Finally, some seed falls into deep, rich, well-tilled earth. Here the roots take firm hold, the plants mature without obstruction, and they yield an abundant harvest, some yielding 30, some 60, and some 100 times as much as was sown. For the meaning and interpretation, when Jesus' disciples asked him what the parable meant, he explained that the seed represents the Word of God, and the four types of soil represent the different conditions of human hearts when they hear that message. The path is the closed heart, represents a person who hears the message of the kingdom but does not understand it or lets pride harden their heart. The birds represent external distractions or negative influences, often described in the text as Satan, that immediately snatch the truth away before it can take root. The rocky ground, or the shallow heart, represents a person who receives the word with immediate joy and enthusiasm. However, because their faith has no deep roots, the moment trials, hardship, or persecution arrive on account of the faith, they stumble and fall away. The thorny ground, or the distracted heart, represents a person who hears the message, but the everyday worries of life, the pursuit of wealth, the desire for luxury, and the seduction of worldly pleasures crowd out the spiritual truth. The plant is choked out and bears no fruit. The good soil, the receptive heart, represents a person who hears the word, genuinely understands it, and takes it to heart. Their life is transformed and they demonstrate endurance, producing lasting positive change, character, and good works in varying degrees of abundance. All right, parable of Jesus, the sower and the seeds.